Perhaps you've thought about having a new career, but you didn't really know what to do to make it happen. Well, maybe the author of the new book, Blast Off, the surefire success plan to launch your dreams into reality, can help. She is a master life and business strategist, and she's Allison Maslan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We appreciate you making that long trip over from San Diego.
Oh, I know, it's grueling.
A grueling, exhausting trip, but we are so happy to have you on the show. So you wrote this book, Blast Off.
Yes.
And lots of people write books, but why did you decide to write this one?
Well, as you were saying, I'm a life and business strategist, and I've also been a homeopathic physician for many years. And I've run about 9 businesses myself and helped thousands of others launch to the new level of their life, launch new businesses, find the relationship that's a good match for them, and just bring more passion in their life. And what I found is that there are 3 things that tend to hold people back from really reaching their dreams.
What are they?
The first is really a disconnection from our passion or our purpose. What is it that we really would love to do? Sometimes it's hard to know, but we get disconnected from that when we get stressed out or overwhelmed or burnt out in our life. The next thing is fear. And fear can be gripping, it can be paralyzing really, and it comes in all different forms. And then the last is lack of direction. You may know what you want to do, you may not be afraid, but you just don't know how to get there.
Right.
And so the reason I put it all in the book is that that's what I've been helping people do all these years. And so I wanted people to have a manual to help them to really tap into their passion. And so I have many exercises and stories in there that will really open up people's minds to think, oh gosh, you know what? I would really love to do this.
I want to make a point of distinction though. When you talk about following your passion, is our passion always going to make us money?
You know, sometimes we can just have something we're passionate about that could be a hobby, or maybe it could be something that we, do for volunteer. But if you have a career that you are passionate about, that has meaning to you, you're much more likely to give it the commitment and the effort that it needs to succeed. And there's so many people out there that are in jobs and careers that they're miserable. It's really sad because we spend so much of our life at our work. And so there really are a lot of opportunities out there to create something that we would really love and make money at it too.
Some people would say, oh my goodness, Allison, you're crazy right now because people should just stay where they are. Things are scary, the economy's scary, everything's uncertain. How could you get people to, read your book and create a plan and delve into their passion when everything is so uncertain? Well, naysayers would say this,
I know, this is true. However, there's always going to be the wrong time. Maybe, whatever going on in your life or in the economy. And, life is too short to just want something.
Right.
If you really want it, then take the steps to go get it. I mean, even Donald Trump said this is the perfect time to start a new business. Believe it or not, there's a lot of good opportunities out there. You can get leases, you can really negotiate at a better price. I've had many clients able to do that now and lock in at a much lower level. You can get services at a lower price and negotiate on products. And a lot of successful companies started in a down economy. Johnson & Johnson, GE, Burger King. And you get your ducks in a row when it's a little slower, and as things start turning around, you're going to be on top of your game.
Speaking of getting our ducks in a row, is this a motivational book for us, or is this going to tell us how to do it? Because if you've got 9 companies, we want to know what you have to say.
Well, there are a lot of motivational books out there that inspire you, and then you're left not knowing what to do. And that's why I really put my formula in there and what I've done for myself and for so many others. So it's a real step-by-step plan so that you can create a real vision, so you know exactly where you're headed, and there are several tools in there, and so you know exactly what to do every single day. And it's also a wonderful book to work together in a group, like if you have a book club or if you have a business group, or just get your friends or coworkers together and work the plan together. And that way you can support one another as you go through these changes, because it's really important to surround yourself with people that are positive and that are supportive of you.
As somebody who helps people manage the business and then their life in general, when you tackle something like this, and you've got the demands of your family still, and you've got the demands of an existing job, what's your best advice so that we keep everything in balance? I don't know if there's ever really any true balance, but
right.
so that we can pursue the passion and still maintain all the other balls that we have up in the air.
Well, what I tell people is you don't have to jump off a bridge to make a change. Let's create a bridge to a new path. So you can still have the career that you have. I don't suggest that you just go quit your job, but let's build something on the side. There are a lot of opportunities, even on the internet now. There are so many businesses that you can create. It's a whole new world out there. And have it begin to blossom. And then you can take your job part-time, and then, you know, as this grows, you can go do that. I also help people break things down into baby-sized steps. So you don't have to do it all at once and get so overwhelmed. Just take it slow, step by step. But believe it or not, you'll get there faster than you think.
Through your career of coaching, what has been the one step that we'll find out more about when we pick up your book, Blast Off, that really kind of people get hung up on and they call you back and go, Allison, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
I would say fear. And you know, everybody has fear, you know, even people that are extremely successful. But the difference between somebody that reaches their dreams and someone that doesn't is that they're willing to walk through the fear. And what happens is you take these tiny steps, and I have a lot of things to help people break through that fear. Then the fear begins to dissolve. Just as you start walking towards that fear, what seemed like, oh my gosh, I could never do it.
This big, huge dragon.
Yeah, but then your confidence starts to rise as you start doing. So it's really in the action. So once you start taking action, that fear begins to dissolve.
And speaking of action, you've also, and this is what I think is really cool about your book, it's not only a motivational book, but it also walks us through the steps, because you say, well, how do I do it? And then you have the supplemental workbook, which isn't necessary, you said.
Right.
But I mean, I think that's the next step that gets us to actually do something with the knowledge that we have after having read this.
Right. It's nice to have, there are several exercises in the book. And so the workbook is a way to really, you know, process through the exercises and really take the steps and make it happen.
Make it happen. That's a great way to end it. 292 pages right here to help you make it happen, whatever your passion may be. Figure out what the passion is. Maybe you have lots of different passions, but find the one that's going to make you most happy to be waking up every morning and saying, I'm living my dream. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We've put some tips on our website under the Living tab from Allison on how you can take a step to blast off in your life and your perhaps career. We'll put that under the Living tab on ABC 15.